If you think like a poor person, you will continue to be one.
Millionaires are distinguished not only by large sums in bank accounts but also by a completely unique system of thinking and worldview. Let's take a look at the 7 most significant differences between rich and poor mindsets.
Wealth is a right. Most people think that being rich is a privilege given to only a lucky few. People who think globally believe that if they improve the lives of other people, then they should be rich. They are constantly trying to find new ways to earn money, for which they are considered by most people to be materialistic, self-centered, and greedy. Wealthy people believe that their level of wealth is only limited by the amount of wealth they create. Don't believe that millionaires are just lucky. Start believing that you are worth every dollar you earn and more.
Remember one important thing about money: regardless of your education, IQ level, or school performance, you have everything you need to become a millionaire and achieve what you want.
The importance of creative thinking.
Most wealthy people believe that creativity, new original ideas, is much more important than intelligence. The poor, on the contrary, believe that only a high level of intellectual development helps to become rich.
The rich understand that good knowledge doesn't always bring money, otherwise all excellent students would be rich.
In reality, it was not those who got good grades at school that became rich, but those who could come up with interesting ideas were quick-witted and entrepreneurial.
You don't have to be smart to make big money. It's enough to have a good, non-standard idea.
The poor think that wealth grows linearly and that it's proportional to the level of labor invested. The rich, on the other hand, understand that creative thinking is important, that only thanks to it you can solve complex problems and earn even more money.
The importance of relationships with people.
Realizing that working with people around them and building a strong team is half the battle, the rich love to meet new people and try to please them, because one of them may become a partner in the future or come up with an interesting idea.
Others believe that making a fortune is an individual process.
Millionaires know that a reliable team is essential in life, and they focus on finding talented people who can help bring ideas and plans to live.
The greatest fortunes are created through the combined mental and physical efforts of people. To a large extent, wealth depends on our environment.
The most successful, wealthy people take care of their employees, creating comfortable working conditions for them and providing assistance if necessary. They gather around themselves a team in which they are confident and understand that people are more important than the product being produced, because only thanks to them it is possible to develop more and more new products.
Saving on everything leads to poverty.
Analysts say that the desire for total savings is not a sign of reasonable frugality, but an indicator that a person doesn't have a balance between income and expenses. A rich person is ready to pay for things at their real value. And, besides, he is ready to pay for someone else's work and expects the same from others.
Saving on everything leads to poverty, and not vice versa.
A person who is constantly looking for discounts and sales is doomed to lack money.
In general, this is a sign of greed and unreasonableness. This universe is arranged according to the principle of interchange. In order to receive something, you must first give.
And poor people always strive to receive for free or at the lowest cost for themselves. An easy way to spot a poor man and a loser: he tends to give as little as possible and get as much as possible. He clearly shows this tendency. Please, don't confuse it with adequate business conduct. Someone thinks that the habit of always saving is called frugality, but as you know, buy nice or buy twice. And this is not an empty expression. Indeed, much that sells for cheap and bargain prices are of poor quality. And this is just one of the negative aspects of this habit. The belief of poor people that they should always save on everything leads to a lack of desire to pay a real price for things, as well as to appreciate the work of others. Work for pleasure.
Most rich people love what they do.
As a rule, they work a few more hours a week than the poor, simply because they enjoy their work.
Rich people talk about doing more than what is required of them.
The rich believe that if a person has found a business to his liking, then it will be easy for him and will bring money capital. You need to find your own business, even if at first it doesn't provide enough funds, and put your soul into it, become a specialist, develop the potential for personal growth. Then the money will appear as a consequence, and not as the original goal.
To get rich, you need to think.
Poor people believe that the key to success lies in the ability to work hard. The issue of lack of money for them is solved by increasing hours of work. They forget that it's important to work not 24 hours a day, but according to the mind, that is, to distribute their time most efficiently. The most valuable resource for rich people is time.
They concentrate on what matters most and spend less time simply earning something. They enjoy their work and it brings them even more money. Owning a business is the fastest way to make a fortune. Poor people believe that starting their own company is a risky business. The truth is that a full-time job is no safer than your own business. At first glance, this seems paradoxical, but self-employed people have the opportunity to seek additional sources of funds and increase income as they see fit. Most people guarantee themselves a life of constant need by staying at work with a modest, annually indexed salary. Of course, there are certain risks associated with starting a business, but millionaires know that the risk of not reaching their potential is much more dangerous. Rich-minded people start companies and make money from them, while everyone else prefers a stable salary and misses their chance to make millions. Write in the comments, what do you think? Does thinking affect wealth, or is it just luck? And if you found this video helpful, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel.